I always think of myself as an anxious person. Overthinking disguised as careful analyzing and control-seeking. I tried to change the story that I told myself, trying to make overthinking my superpower, but my brain just had a hard time in believing that. Until I came across this ancient Greek philosophy, Stoicism. It's become a lot more popular these days. Although I haven't read Seneca's letters or the meditations by Marcus Aurelius, I still benefit a lot because of Ryan Holiday's books and Tim Ferriss' Fear Setting Exercise, which helped me a lot, which made understanding Stoicism a lot easier. So in today's video, I want to tell you some Stoic concepts that help me in becoming a better person in terms of goal setting, in my career, and finding contentment in life. A big part of Stoic concepts is about control. But what is really under our control? Is that what we think, what we feel, and what we do? Do we really? We have human instinct. We need to react quickly from time to time. I think what Stoicism and the famous cognitive behavioral therapy have in common is that we can benefit a lot if we just step back and take a moment to look at what we're thinking and feeling, and from there we can change our actions or behavior. By the way, I wrote an article previously about the common ground between Stoicism and CBT. You can have a look in the link down below. We can choose to respond instead of reacting to situations. If we allow some space, maybe we can control our lives more. Even if we don't have full control, we can still try to manage our thoughts and feelings and behaviors of some sort. And here are 4 Stoic quotes that help me a lot in controlling my mind. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than reality." And Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." And Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." As cliche as it sounds, it's often just about perspectives. We might be angry, we might think that someone's an asshole, and we might think we are the victim. Everyone holds their own worldview and reality. Maybe it's not our job to change the world, but ourselves. Try to put ourselves in other people's shoes, try to have more compassion. I personally find it so hard to control my mind. It's a constant battle, and all I can do is try my best to manage my thoughts one day at a time by implementing more mindfulness techniques like working out or just being more of my surroundings. Basically anything that I can do to align my body and my mind so that my mind won't have the chance to jump from the past to the future. And Seneca said, "Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future."
Control your emotions. Discipline your mind.
Many times in life, I face the same question: what am I going to do next? Stoicism guided me towards making decisions by focusing on logic, inner peace, and self-control. It encouraged me to take a step back from my emotions when it comes to decision making. That's why I set up some principles for myself. Number 1, never make any decision from a scarcity mindset or a fear of lack. And number 2, don't make any decisions when I feel emotionally vulnerable or unstable. Many times I try to rush things or make decisions when I panic, usually financially related, and it never ended well. Our decision-making process should be a calm journey, not a turbulent storm. When it comes to our career, there's only so much under our control: our effort and attitude. We cannot control many other factors like how the economy is going or the company's decision. Stoicism encouraged me to view challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. It also reminds me that true success is not measured by wealth or status, but virtue and wisdom. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." You might know that I quit my accounting career a few years ago. It wasn't the easiest decision to make when I left my comfort zone and stepped into the unknown. Courage is one of the virtues in Stoicism, and essentially it means fear walking. Confront our fears, the uncertainties, discomfort, and go ahead anyway. Seneca said, "It's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that they are difficult." And Seneca also said, "He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive." And Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When I'm faced with options and uncertainties, I use Tim Ferriss' Fear Setting Exercise to gain clarity of what exactly I'm hesitant about. I outline the worst case scenario, assess the likelihood it's gonna happen, and come up with solutions to reduce the risk. And I always tell myself it's all about experimenting. I can always pivot and try something else. The decision is not irreversible. I believe that if we have some guiding principles in our lives, we can live a happier and more fulfilled life because we are staying true to ourselves. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Epictetus said, "We are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens." Guiding principles come from core values. To me, it's always about freedom, personal growth, and quality relationships. And some of my other guiding principles include not overstaying my welcome in situations that are not serving me, and be good to my future self by prioritizing what compounds: the capital investment, relationships, audience building, discipline, and self-reflectiveness. They are from Stephen Bartlett and Julian that I follow online for a long time. And I always look back to my guiding principles because I have that on my phone or my Notes app. So every time I try to make a hard decision, I go through my guiding principles and then come up with the best solution. So how can we apply these Stoic principles in our everyday lives? It all starts with self-awareness. Whether you find yourself feeling out of control or unsure what you want, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this something I can control? Is this what I truly want, or is this a societal expectation? Am I doing good work? Am I contributing to the society? By understanding and applying the principles of Stoicism, we can have better management of our thoughts and gain clarity in our lives. Remember, it's not about suppressing our thoughts or desires, but rather about understanding them better. And with that understanding, we can start living a life being more true to ourselves. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I have plenty of other content that might help you in navigating your own life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.